Yo, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? It is Tuesday, April 16th, 2019. Let's get into our trade list session going into the session today. SPY actually a little bit boring yesterday in the market. Obviously, plenty of opportunities, always the upside and downside, but SPY tried to make a little run from the red to green action and the close, but just missed it a little bit. Getting stuffed out of that 290 level. Probably gonna make another run for it in today's session, but let's keep a look on that and see what we got going into the market today. We got 10 on watch, and we're gonna start with PXD. PXD, as you can see, obviously had that significant gap up last week, and it started to show a little bit of weakness, putting that curl in. I think gapped up like what, almost 19, 20 bucks maybe. So we're looking at a little bit of a retracement to maybe the 161-ish, 162 level. So it's going to start showing some more weakness after the bell. After the dust settles a little bit, we'll step in, see if we enjoy some of this thing. We like the ATR is quite nice, almost 5 points. So if this thing moves, it's going to move nicely for us. So it's going to keep this one on watch. Next up, we are going to have a look at Boom. Boom's been on watch for quite a while. It's had this pretty significant run up since all of March, actually, end of February kind of started. And obviously, it's getting a lot of good news, patents, this, that, a lot of things are going on with it. So, it's not like it's a bad company at all. It's just it's overbought, it's overextended. So, it showed a little bit of weakness throughout the day yesterday, and pretty much trade sideways, closed obviously in the low part of the day, having issues with VWAP. So we're gonna have a close eye on this thing. Been wanting to take this thing now for quite a bit of time now. So see if the time is ready. If not, then we'll wait a little bit more. But we'll see. Probably about the 10 a.m. Time frame to see how the market's gonna be treating this thing and see the sentiment and go from there. So patience on this one, and if it's ready, then we will enjoy it. ZGNX obviously, as you can see, had that significant gap down last week, and it's fighting its way, trying to fight a little bit of love yesterday afternoon into the close. That being said, I still think there's plenty of room to the downside. I don't think it's ready yet. I think there's trying to, some of the boys trying to scoop up some shares before it dumps more onto the market. So, I think there's a few more points to the downside, and we'll see if this thing gets below VWAP. We anticipate it's going to, and if it does, then what we're gonna do. So we'll step in and enjoy the VWAP ride. So patience on this one. Next up, VRNT. VRNT obviously has been running up quite nicely since almost the beginning of the year, and had that gap up early April. And you see what's going on here. So, it had a significant down day yesterday, almost 2 points in the market. So, is it the top? I mean, how it goes. I mean, it had a little bit of a drop a few days after its gap up. So, we'll see if it's going to continue the weakness and try to retrace some of the gains that it's took on. So, we'll see. This one's going to be another patience into the market. So, we're going to see how the first 30 minutes of the session trades up, and then if it gives us an opportunity, we'll step in. If not, we'll wait on the sidelines. Next up, we have PYX. PYX obviously is in that significant downtrend for probably about a little over a month now, and it's got a little bit of room still to the downside. Not too much, maybe a point and a half, but it's plenty of room to obviously enjoy some of the meat here. So obviously this trend line that we have on the chart, it's quite conservative. As you can see, there's plenty of room left. It's showing a lot of weakness. So until obviously trend changes, we definitely like it to the downside. So it gets below VWAP, and we will definitely step in and enjoy the ride. FAST obviously is, put that curl in. It had a down day yesterday in the market, almost a point. Ran to its resistance at the 69.80 level, and it's showing us a little bit of weakness. So if it continues that, obviously after the first 15-20 minutes of the market, we'll step in and start a little teaser, little slow, a few amount of shares, taste it out, see how it is, and if we like it, we'll step in. But we'll see what the fast is ready to retrace a little bit. NKTR, as you see, has been kind of past couple of days been significant downtrend. So it's obviously headed to that mid 31 level. So we got a few points to the downside. And again, until this thing changes, otherwise, there's no need to think that it's not going to reach this level. It's obviously not going to drop like a knife, but it's going to continue in this particular direction. We anticipate until it reaches the mid 31s level. So you have another couple points to the downside. Plenty of room to enjoy. ALK, as you can see, he's coming in that wedge, tightening it up. Still got a few more points to the downside, 2.5 points. We like it. Quite conservative support level, so we still definitely like this thing. Obviously, it's having a hard time trading above VWAP, and whenever it does, it gets stuffed out. So, if it gets stuffed out second time after the morning session, definitely gonna lay into it and enjoy this thing. Maybe pull it for a couple of day swing. Holly, HOLI. HOLI obviously had that gap down on the 9th, and it's been trying to fill that gap, but got to the gap high on the 9th and just kind of ran right into resistance and been kind of fading back down. So, whenever you see this weakness of the gap down, trying to fill that gap and kind of get stuffed out, cannot do it. And you see this time and time again. Obviously, it's getting weak to the gap high and getting stuffed out and retracing back to the low. And we anticipate that's the same situation going down to the 17 level. So we obviously looking at another down and a half, almost 2 points, and maybe then some. So if it continues this weakness, which we anticipate, we'll definitely enjoy it. Last but not least, NUE. NUE, obviously, we've had a couple days. It's in this wedge, getting tighter and tighter. And we like it to the mid 56 level. So we have another point to the downside. And, it's nothing too crazy, but something we enjoy. And we definitely anticipate this thing to reach its support level relatively quickly, perhaps in the trading session today or Wednesday. All right, guys. So we got kind of a hefty watch list. Obviously we're gonna sit back and cherry pick the best one of the group. We're gonna sit back 15-20 minutes into the session. If we like something, we'll step in. If not, and we be patient with it. So that's what we got going on. Any gaps, we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. And that being said, if you like what we're doing here, you want to see how we're making our watch list and how we're trading these things, what kind of setups we got going on here, come check out the site at thestreettrading.com, and we will sort you out on that 90-day course. All right, guys, any questions, hit us up. And other than that, have a great day in the market. Stay diligent to your stops and be patient. All right, guys, talk to you soon.